Hello, hello. Okay, I'm on live chat. That's good. Hi. So, welcome to part 1 of the Weedwives Remedy. Aha! Hey, Heather. How are you? Yes. We're starting our new book today. And it's a little different from Susan Weed's book. I'm good. A lot's going on. I'm selling my products at hey Pansy. I'm selling my products at my friend's store. Has her 1-year anniversary. This one, the Middle Path Nutrition and Wellness. I am doing a little craft vending. So, and then I'm making up samples to give out. So I've got these tiny little lip balms and stuff, but I've got like a ton of work and not a lot of time. So it'll be I mean, I'm working all day, so I'm probably going to be working a lot. So we'll probably just do like an hour today. So, oh, thanks. Yeah, it's a little lip balm and a little lip balm too. Yeah, and then this is the ingredients. And it goes in a little baggie. Anyway, yeah, I'm really busy. It goes in this little baggie. Anyway, just everything at once. So, but I'm gonna try to go to bed at like 12. We'll see. And I have to get up at like 5. But anyway, yeah, it's her anniversary party, and so hopefully it's good. And it's to promote her store as well as sell stuff. So anyway, and yeah, so but a lot of other stuff has been going on. So it's been crazy this whole month. Oh no, her anniversary party. This store, Middle Path Wellness and Nutrition, is my friend Ellen's store, the one in Canton, and so she's just celebrating being open a whole year. So, and there's going to be like us craft vendors, and there's going to be like people doing demoing and sampling from some bigger companies and stuff like that. So it's like a 2-day event, but I'm only doing one. So, and then Saturday I'm crashing. So anyway, yeah. So I'm glad you got your book, Pansy. I had to call them and talk to somebody, but they apparently Amazon customer service was really good. So anyway. Oh no, you have heartburn? Oh no, from your fire cider? I'm sorry, Heather. I totally missed that comment. Maybe some peppermint. If you have some like peppermint candy or tea or something, that might help. I don't know, maybe ginger. Those are all good, I think, they're good for stomach stuff. Okay, so I did read a little bit of our new book beforehand. I didn't really come prepared with. I'm trying to take it every day. Good idea. Are you getting heartburn every day? I saw Heather. Oh no, Pansy! I don't know why your internet is so weird all the time. Ate ginger earlier with my kombucha. Okay. Because I was saying, like, if you got heartburn from it, maybe it's some ingredient you're putting in it that's, okay, not every day. Okay. So I'm like, maybe you want to leave one of those ingredients out if you can figure out which one is doing it. So, or maybe it's just too much for your body. You could do it every other day. Maybe you need to reload, Pansy. Does that help? So yeah, like I was saying, I read a little bit. You'll perfect your recipe next year. I'm sure you will. Oh, I saw in person at my local bookstore the Fire Cider book that I sent you, and it looks awesome. So they did a good job on it. Like it's it's one thing to see a book online, but when you see it in person and see what they did, it's really cool. It's like nice and colorful and big and awesome. Yeah, it is. It is super cool. Yeah. Yeah. So, Nancy just did click live chat again. Now create all. Yes. Okay. I'm glad it's working now. So, Pansy, did you get a chance to read anything? Woo. So this book is by Kiva Rose Hardin, and I hope I pronounced her name right. Heather, I read the introduction and Violet so far. Yes, Heather, yes. I have also started reading. I'm in the Violet section right now. So I got to page 23, so I'm almost done. So this will be a review for us, and then everyone at home who maybe doesn't have the book. Right, so she is an herbalist. She is out west. This is apparently a new book, and it's going to be like a series of books. I think the next one is going to be on trees, but there's like no other information about it. Heather says, I want more violets growing in my yard. They will. And when I find, like, once you look for an herb, like, you could just find it popping up everywhere. So I'm they spread fairly rapidly. So but yeah, and also, like, now you know what to look for, you might find them other places. My parents had them all growing under their forsythia bushes, which was really nice because it protected them. And I just and they're all in one spot. So after they, I used the leaf to make oil. So after they flowered, I would just go through and get all the big, and let the leaves get really big. So hard to handle book and watching my tablet. That's okay. I mean, you could just listen. So this is Folk Herbalism for the Hedgewise. So we are going to be talking about, can we talk about how awesome the cover? Yes. Oh, sorry. I was going to get to that. Okay. So I thought it would be fun to look at the cover. If you have the book, you'll notice that it's got this kind of matte feel to it, which is really neat. It also does make smudges. I've smudged it up. And then this is the picture, and I wanted to get everybody's opinion. What do you guys think from the picture? What do you think? I mean, we already know from the title, right, what the book is about, but so that gives it away. But I was thinking, what can we tell about this book from the cover? You know, anything else that we can sort of maybe, or what attracted, the covers. Every time someone sees this cover, they're like, ooh, what's that? So what is attractive about this cool cover? I like her hands, and I like how they're sort of coming out, and she's like, here's the herbs, here. And so that's what I like about it. Heather, what do you like about it? Besides the look and besides the feel. You guys are laying down, chilling. Free spirit and the variety of herbs. Yeah. Yours looks more purple than mine is maroon. I think it's just the colors. I think it's just the light. So there are so yeah, I agree. Free spirit. A lot of looks like she is offering us herbs. Yeah, that's what I liked about it too. Because the hands are really, they're bigger in sort of the perspective. And it seems very joyful and happy. So you just think that there's a lot of love and care that went into this. And see, I like how the colors pop. Yeah, I love the colors. Even though there's black here, it does make all the rest of the colors pop out. Okay, cool. This is the cover page. And Plant Healers Press. So they do a magazine, and I believe they might have also printed and published this book. She looks very natural and down to earth. She does. So first we have acknowledgments. Then there's an introduction, Gathering the Hedgewise, Dirt Magic for the Weedwife. And then she goes into the herbs. She covers violets, yarrow, and then in the Weedwife's kitchen, stocking the cottage apothecary, mugwort, goldenrod, onion, the cartography of my heart. So interspersed between talking about the herbs, she has other little chapters that she talks about other things that are herbal, but not specifically about one herb. Oregon grapefruit, honeysuckle, which is really cool because I found it hard to find information about honeysuckle, and it's just like a big weed over here, so it just grows and grows. And And it smells gorgeous. And I would really like to use it. I used to do like a honeysuckle. I read somewhere that it was good for like muscles and stuff, like muscle tension, and I can't remember where I read it. I did make it like an oil from it, and but it was hard to find information because I was like, this is this awesome plant. It's everywhere. I'd like to use it. So that's honeysuckle. Heather, it's enchanting on a midsummer's evening. The scent, I know. I just love it. I cannot be mad at that plant, even though it can be very invasive and destructive and everything. And then there's In the Canyons of the Other Worlds, Mythopoetic Plant Medicine, Wild Mints, Oats, The Tales of Old Wives, Myths, Flora, and Culture. Switch to sell similar. Okay. Then there is Vervain, Out Back in the Blueberry Patch, Traditional Medicinal Use of Berries. I hope it's better for you, Pansy, though, on your cell phone. Lake Bottom Luminescence of Pond Lilies and Patterns. Mullein, Clematis, The Witch at the Edge of the Woods, Red Root, Evergreens, The Spirit of Twining Green, My Journey Back to Enchantment. And then the Greenwell recommended and referenced books. So that's what's in this book. Some of the herbs we did cover with Susan Weed, but she does take, she's a different herbalist, so she has sort of a different take on these herbs and how to use them. So every herbalist is different. They do have similarities, but there are a lot of differences in how they use the herbs. So we have a dedication. Yes, new perspective. Yes, Heather. Yes. But for right now, I'm gonna skip the dedication and acknowledgements, and then just go right into the introduction. So, and she touches on some of the like magical, herbal magicalness of the hedge, which is neat. So, and then she also talks about. I'm just going to skip ahead and to the paragraph where she talks about what this book is about, and then we'll go back. Heather says, I think I'm going to really love this book. I hope so. I hope we do. Because this is a very new book to everyone. I was pretty familiar with Susan Weed, having used it as a sort of a reference book and for just years and years, but this one is brand new and very exciting. So and hopefully I will have some more slightly structured discussion questions and stuff for everyone as we go on. Unfortunately, there's no like pretty pictures to color like Susan Weed's. This is as much as we get, a little like chapter title head, but maybe we can work on a solution for that. Okay, so a Weedwife remedy. This is on page 10. I skipped ahead, but I'll go back. A Weedwife's remedy is the first in a series of books meant to serve as guides and touchstones for those who consider themselves students of healing and devotees to the magic of the plants. I offer here clinical experience, personal insights, folklore, and an abiding passion for the plants that have shaped my life in this world, and open a portal into a new one. For almost 2 decades, I have stood witness as the herbs healed wounds, soothed spirits, and nourished at a bone-deep level. But most of all, I have watched them transform myself and the people I work with. This transformation, so simple and so necessary, is exactly what we need in these troubled times. Pansy, I read books with this many pages all the time. Heather, lots of open space to make notes and do some botanical sketches in the field. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it may be shorter, Pansy, than Susan Weed's. So it's 189 pages. So we will see. Do I have Susan Weed's up here? Got a big old mess. She may be buried. But anyway. Yeah, that's cool. That's right. You can do your own drawings. Heather does some drawings. Highlighter. I don't. Yeah. So like when I copy these pages, when I scan them for the Facebook group, they'll have some highlighters in there because I've done some highlighting. I like highlighter pencils because they don't bleed through. Something like this, like dry highlighters. This company doesn't make these anymore, so I had to find another company. But just on a tangent, I highlighted a paragraph. I could have highlighted the whole book. At this point, I was just like, so I'm going to also read the paragraph about this one. This book is a love letter to the hedgewise, those folks who hold simple dirt and deep roots in one hand and the mysteries of the dreaming in the other. I write these words for you, witches at the edge of the wood, you hedge riders and hooded wanderers, for those serving their community through hard work and hunches that won't be ignored, and most of all for you who will always be unbidenable, who remain in wide-eyed, wondrous love with the weeds and always seeking to pass your healing secrets to the next needing hand. Rogue healers with feral hearts that seek and serve regardless of legality, popularity, or even safety. We do this work and dream these dreams because we are called to it and because it must be done. So those 2 paragraphs, especially the one I just read, really sums up how I feel sometimes about doing herbalism. So I really, really, really love that. And thank you for allowing me to skip ahead. So you never heard of the dry highlighters? Hold on, I will pop a tangent link in because let's see. I've got, yeah, hold on. This is by the same, these are both by the same, like, people. And I've never used these before, this brand, but it looked, they looked good. So, yeah. So those are 2 that I found. So one pack is all yellow and one pack is like multicolored. But I really like it. I mean, I don't have a color same scheme for my highlighting. But I did start highlighting herbs that I haven't heard of in blue, because she does mention, I was like, I've never heard of that. So I forget where it is, but yeah. So yeah, she mentioned some herbs that I've never heard of, which is cool. So I was like, I need to look that up. All right. So we will go back to page 5 and talk about the hedge. And I'm super distracted today. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Yeah. I did want to introduce her a little bit more for you guys. She has, I put her links in the description. She has now the website, The Enchanter's Green. And I'm just going to read about her. So Kiva Rose is a folk herbalist, botanical perfumer, and rogue enchanter. She has been practicing herbalism for almost 2 decades and studying botanical perfumery for nearly a dozen years now. Her love of fairy tales, the dark forest, and aromatic sensuality are united in the work of the Enchanter's Green. She is also an author of a Weedwife's Remedy, Folk Herbalism for the Hedgewives, as well as the forthcoming Tree Folk Herbalism for the Hedgewise, which will be so much fun. I can't wait for that. Her tiny cottage can be found deep in the Gila Forest. I'm pronouncing that wrong. I think Gila of New Mexico. Kiva is the author, performer, herbalist, and director behind the Enchanter's Green. So they also do the Plant Healer Quarterly. There's also an herbal conference in Durango, Colorado. And her magazine seems really cool, and they have a lot of herbalists like Phyllis Light and Jim McDonald, and a lot of well-known American herbalists who contribute to the magazine. So I would encourage everyone to check out those links and everything. And she also has a bunch of other books. Her and her husband, and some of them are compilations to from the magazine. And so they're really cool. One is about the herbalist's path, like the different sort of jobs you could do or paths you could take in herbalism. Heather, it is printed, and I'm not sure if it's online or not. But I'm assuming that it could be both. I do know it is, I believe it is printed. Now I'm not sure, because I was not hold on, let me see if I can find that out. A portal to medicine, skills, wisdom, and beauty. Full color. Let's see. Yes, so you can get an ebook, and I wonder if it's not printed. Ebook or okay, so I was wrong. It's not printed at all. I have copies of the herb code. You do? It's just saying ebook on the information on the website. So maybe because for me, like, I like to read. I get dizzy when I read on the screen, so I'd rather usually opt for a print version. But further research, yeah, they're very old magazines. Okay, so at one point they must have been printed, because this has been going on for a long time. I don't have a subscription, but you know, it looks really great. It's pouring there. It's pouring where you are. It's not raining. Yes, it's supposed to rain here tomorrow too, and it's supposed to be cold. It's been super cold. So maybe they just went for it all it's cheaper to do it all electronically, but I hate reading online. So maybe they have a print option somewhere. They also have a compilation on clinical herbalism, like 2 books, taken from all the contributors from their magazine, and I really love that. I love getting a bunch of perspectives from different herbalists. So those books all look cool. They're like a little pricey. They're like $40-something. But I think it's because they're a smaller like publishing place. So 36 degrees. Bear! It was like 18 one night here. It was pretty cold. Okay, so tangent over. Oh my gosh. So, gathering the Hedgewives, dirt magic for the Weedwife. Enchantment is about wonder, as modernity is about will. And what is needed is not a more efficient or refined will, but will qualified, contextualized, and hopefully guided, even restrained by something else. By the same token, enchantment is unbidenable. It can be invented, but definitely not commanded. Hence the ancient understanding of fairy, which precisely coincides with the wild, as the ancient universe that prevails here on earth, wherever human beings are not in control. And that was a quote from Patrick Curry, The Enlightenment to Enchantment. Princess, I know the weather in North Carolina. Lived there for 3 years. Yeah. Pretty crazy. I don't know what's going on with the weather these days. So we had a bunch of warm days, and now we're having some cold days, and it rained a lot. There was a lot of big words in those quotes. Whew. I know how to use big words, but sometimes I stumble how to say them, and I definitely can't spell them. So, in the dark of November rain, there's a woman sitting atop the fence. In the darkest of the autumn's shadows, there is a man standing at the crossroads with a two-headed coin in his hand. At the cusp of seasons, where summer dies in winter's arms, there is a sharp shape running across the hedge, and she is laughing. Ooh, you had snow here? You had snow where you were? There was snow in the higher elevations here, like 2 days ago. Oh, Well, where we are, we're like, I'm in town, we get like the least amount of snow than the surrounding areas. So, because we're kind of in a valley. The world hedge has many sorry, not enough sleep. The word hedge has many meanings and implications in English, varying to some degree depending on which side of the Atlantic you reside. Its fundamental meaning is as a boundary, most commonly associated with those formed by living plants, as common throughout parts of Europe, especially in Ireland and Britain. From the hedge we have hedge wines, made with foraged fruits of common feral or hedge plants like elderberry, damsons, cherries, blackberries, rosehips, and rowan berries. The hedge schools of Ireland were where my ancestors hid from authorities to be educated in non-conforming faiths under the oppressive rule of 18th and 19th century England rule. 19th century English rule. Hedges are where the wild finds refuge, where the feral heart takes root and digs down into ravaged soil to produce bittersweet fruit. To this day, hedges provide much-needed diversity through the food and shelter they offer to myriad creatures, especially where there is no native forest left as habitat. We live in Michigan. The state is literally shaped like a mini icicle. I'm sure it's much colder there. I'm sure you get much more snow now. So does anyone have like a hedgerow like they're talking about around them? I can't say I do. People just use fences. But I know that Heather had a video about the Osage orange and how these used to be used as hedges, which were really, really cool, or as living fences. So your weather has been weird too, Pansy? Yeah, I think that's sort of what a lot of people are experiencing lately. But I think that, I mean, at least here in my area, there isn't such a thing as the hedge that she's sort of talking about. There says, I have bunches of hedgerows, but so many are filled with privet bushes. I am not sure. I am not familiar with that. There's a tree line between house and the neighbors. I mean, I guess that could be a hedge. We had a row of forsythia bushes, but they weren't really dividing much. You know, it was just like part of the yard from part of the yard. But I think it would be cool to like people use less fence and more hedges. So a horrible invasive plant bush, the bane of my existence. Oh no, I'm so sorry. You have to replace it with the good stuff like elderberry and blackberries and rose hips. Get some honeysuckle. Like seek over, plant some honeysuckle by it, and it'll just grow up and take over and maybe choke out that other invasive species with the other invasive species. Oh my. I hope I never meet them. They sound horrible. Yeah, so just plant some honeysuckle right by it. You have honeysuckle too. Yeah. Because we had a bush. We had like a regular bush, and then a honeysuckle grew up and it became a honeysuckle bush. So it was really cool. Like the bush under it was still alive as well. It didn't kill it, and then they just so it was and I always knew it was in bloom because you could just smell it like as soon as I came out the door. And then they like re-landscaped and they just took it away, and I was like, my honeysuckle bush. And see, I kind of want to put a hedge in front yard, but might not be able to. Could block view of traffic. Live in a corner lot. Oh yeah, I can see that. Well, I guess you should. I guess everyone should be safe first. So you'll have to delay the hedge dreams. What would you plant as a hedge, Pansy? What kind of hedge plant? I need to have a giant chainsaw. Oh no! How does it? Although sometimes like chopping up a plant makes it spread faster, so that depends. Lilac? That would be really nice. I like that, Pansy. That would be awesome. Maybe your dad can help you with that, Heather. You guys could just do this chainsaw together. Okay. Gonna go to the next paragraph. He's so busy always. Oh, okay. Well, if I was better with a chainsaw, I would come and help. But I've never used one, and I have wimpy arms, so I would not be a good candidate. But I would definitely come and help. Woodland areas once created a delineation between humans and the wild, and even the word forest has its roots in the Latin for forests. It's Foris, meaning outside. Eventually, forests in England were primarily intended to hold game for hunters, and as civilizations grew, forests have faded. In more recent times, we have belatedly realized their importance and seek to reintroduce and expand the once ubiquitous woodlands. Hello, Leanne! Marge! I'm eating chocolate and eating a migraine. Oh no! Welcome. We're meandering our way through the beginning of our new book. So, and I was just thinking about a question to ask everyone, and oh, right. So when she's talking about the ubiquitous woodlands, apparently, and I did not know this, but our forest around here, like if you were here about 200 years ago, they were completely clear cut. So it seems like the forest has been cut back several times. And there's very little like actual old, what they call old growth forest left in this area, because they've logged it. They used to log it. And all of the forests we have now have sort of grown up in this short period of time. So, starting to do a book. Yes, really good so far. Really good book so far. Yeah, thanks. Okay. So it seems like that, it's like, it wasn't like, oh, we used to have forests and now we don't. I mean, maybe it wasn't in certain areas, but here in North Carolina, it's like we had forest, they cut it, and now we have it again. So I'm super glad that we have it again. But I do think it is always in danger, all of our wild spaces. They seem like we're just still having less and less of it. Do you want me to put the link? Does anyone want the link to the book? Let's see, the book. Is the book. This is the book. This is the book. I'll put a link to the, yeah, here is the Amazon link. But there is a link in the description as well to the website and everything. So, as trees come and go, and the flowers push forward, and then are pushed back in return, we humans find ourselves once again in a place not quite here and not quite there. At this time, in this place, we are stepping from a troubled past into an uncertain future, and there is magic here. Yes, okay, and Heather put up this Thrift Books link. I think it is sort of similarly priced, but if you don't have Amazon Prime, let's see, I think that it might be, yeah, so it's $24 on Thrift Books, and I have so many links up. It's $25 on Amazon. So not too much savings. A little pricier than Susan Weed, which was $12. So, okay, so if you don't have Amazon Prime, go to Thrift Books and get it if you're interested in getting the book, because you'll get free shipping. That's what Heather says. And if you do have Amazon Prime, well, then you can still go to Thrift Books because you save $1. Haha. But or if you just want to do Amazon, I just did Amazon. So, but liminal spaces like this of both time and place are of utmost importance in magic. The spaces that are neither here nor there, are what allow us to walk between and through the worlds. Humans have always known this, and it is for that reason that magic is known to take place at crossroads, in high places, or at other boundary areas, where water meets the land, where the sky meets the earth, where fields meet forests, where humans meet each other. That's an Anglo-Saxon. There's an Anglo-Saxon phrase, and I cannot pronounce it. And I will type it, though, for everyone. Oh. I get points towards a free book. Oh, I didn't know that. So Thrift Books has a point system. That's cool. So that is the Anglo-Saxon phrase, and it means to sit upon in secret thought that reinforces the workings of magic. To sit apart is to imagine the world anew. To ride the hedge is to cross the boundary between this world and the other worlds. To practice magic is to be removed from accepted reality in a way that allows us to access both new possibilities as well as the inner nature of all things. To understand the past in a symbol, to feel the pull of a certain future in an image, to know that a new love is about to be birthed by the blossoming of a flower in your hands. The world is a mirror. The mind is a maze. The spirit is a wild bird. In all of these things, we may find truth in ways previously unseen and manifest abundance from avenues otherwise invisible. Okay, so question. This idea that she's talking about the hedge and about being neither here nor there, and about like sort of allowing us to access both new possibilities as well as the inner nature of all things. What do you guys think? Is there a connection between this idea and herbal medicine? You guys don't have to answer that immediately. Why would like thinking about new possibilities and being open and sort of like be important to using herbs and healing and yeah, using herbs, healing, that's it. And I think some of the things we've talked about with Susan Weed, about the sort of the herbs being very personalized. So I Pansy says, it sounds like she's trying to tell you how to connect through meditation to find your inner you and inner peace. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. Anyone else have an idea? Idea of like the hedge and how maybe it would connect up with this herbal medicine we've been talking about, and sort of where those connect. Sorry, I said that already. Where those connect up. there are herbs that can also alter your perceptions. There are. That's very, very literal. Yeah, it can mean that. Like literally like going, like there is a lot of studies being done with you know, those types of herbs. Mushrooms and other stuff where you take them at low doses to help with you know, depression and other you know, psychological issues. So there is some studies. My friend is very interested in that field of study, and I think it's really new. People are just starting to do research on it. And it says, I think there's magic in hedgerows. You can find such diversity in hedgerows. You can kind of orchestrate your own herbal potions. Yeah. Yeah. Personalize and create your own healing magic. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. And I was thinking that when with this idea, typing frustrates me. It's okay, Heather. I'm like, my keyboard's over here right now because I'm been labeling, so like I don't have it. So I'm like, typing class, best class I took in high school, way back when. I like this part about the new possibilities, because I think and creating like, and looking at the world, I think you're creating new, access to new possibilities. And I think like sometimes when you are healing from something, you really are like kind of breaking the rules, as they say, and you're really daring things to be a different way, and you're really like trying to find a new perspective, you know, and especially the more challenging the disease or illness, you know, you're working with your mind, your body, and your spirit, and how to deal with it and navigate it. And I feel like you're really pushing your boundaries of yourself. I'm typing on phones now here to have to correct. Oh, no. Phone typing is the worst, man. I have tiny fingers and I have a hard time. I don't even. Heather. Yes, uniqueness. Yes. So I do really love that paragraph. And that those ideas. So, well, you know, you guys are just chatting, so it's not like the chat's moving very fast. So there's no pressure on responses. I found the way to make everyone a mod, like an easy way to do it. So everyone's a mod now, or everyone who shows up and chats, you know, on sort of a regular basis. The more mods, the merrier. So I'm drinking aloe today. It's my aloe for my digestion. Are you guys drinking anything? Does anybody have any good drinks that they're drinking? Tea, coffee, soda. A lot of times I like to drink tea when I have the book club, but lately I've just been doing my aloe. So yeah, Powerade. That's good. I used to drink a bunch of Gatorade, or I had a big Gatorade phase. I've already drank too much kombucha. Yeah. Heather's drank enough. Ooh, ginger lemon. Is that a tea? Or did you do ginger lemon kombucha? And then this is water. This is water in here. So yeah. Got some more stickers to fill out. Man. Okay, it's almost been an hour. So it looks like since I probably have to end early tonight, guys. Made some fresh ginger and lavender kombucha. Woo! I bet it's good since you said you drank too much of it. Yeah, I can't do fermented. I can't do kombucha. It bothers my stomach, but a lot of people really, really love it. So I guess you have to switch to something else, Heather. It's good, I bet. Yeah, I'm kind of sad I can't have it. We have a really great local kombucha maker called Bucci here. So they're supposed to be really good. And they make black cherry. Oh, man. I wish I could have it so I can have some of your kombucha. Yeah, Pansy. You have stomach issues too? Yeah. I don't know. Can you do kombucha, Pansy? It bothers me. Like, I have a hard time with fermented stuff. Water now. Yeah. Take a chill. So in Patenton, in the tradition of this book club, we have read one page. Well, two pages. Oh, you don't know what kombucha is? So it's basically a fermented tea. That's what it is. Yeah, just Google it. It's like all the rage. It's been the rage for years, like at least 10, but it is still all the rage. You can make it at home. I mean, Heather does. But you can also buy it. If you buy it, I would buy it in the dark bottles. Yeah, yes. So you grow a mushroom, or it's called a SCOBY. I can't remember all the details, but yeah, basically it's a fermented tea. So, and it's supposed to be really good for you, but some of us can't tolerate it because of how our bodies are. So, if you have a hard time with kind of fermented stuff, you might not be able to do kombucha. Yes, it is fizzy. This is fizzy. It is. She needs to make a tutorial. Yes, Heather, you need to make a tutorial kombucha making video. Definitely. Think about it. And also your fire cider. So everyone can make it. Carbonation upsets stomach. Yeah. So Pansy, you might not be able to do it. There's actually no carbonation in it, but it's fermented, so that's where you get the fizz from. Oh, I'm kind of working on that idea. Awesome. But I'm no expert. Disclaimer. That's okay, Heather. None of us are experts here. So I definitely do not claim to be an expert, guys. So yes, yeast eats the sugar, hence the fizz. Yeah. But it's it's sort of like I think making kombucha is just like making like a regular like recipe. So like a regular, how to make biscuits or something. So this is just Heather's how to make kombucha recipe. It's one of those like food/medicine things, and I think actually it sort of definitely falls more into like the food category. So I don't think, I think pretty much you are an expert as much as you can be in this field. So I mean, maybe you don't know all the science behind it, but and I do think it's a little bit more fiddly than making fire ciders. So good job, Handy. Lots of people have to, yeah, lots of people have how to make videos. Yeah, stuff videos. They do. I have my own. I haven't done one in a while because I don't really have like a space to do them and to set up and to and the time. But I mean, I'd like to do some more at some point, but I just haven't. Cookie and potions. Yeah. That's a good name for it. Yes, once you grow your SCOBY, it's just pouring into the bottles for second fermentation and brew batches of fresh black tea. Yeah, so the SCOBY is I think the tricky bit, but you can also get like a SCOBY start, I believe. And like, I think if you get a little piece off of someone else's SCOBY, it'll grow a bigger, then it'll grow a full grown one. I've never done it myself, so I'm just sort of like talking about, I think, what I remembered from what I've heard. So. Okay. Whew. Guys. The GTO brand of original kombucha, you can start there. Is that where you got your SCOBY from? I just got super tired. Oh, okay. So, before we go, I want to say that next week there's no book club because I am working. So you'll not have book club next week. I will put an announcement on the Facebook group page to remind everybody. And then the week after that, we will. But I am working, so since I usually get home at 11, that will not work out. So next week, no book club. Let's see. Heather says it just needs a bit of the mother in it. Oh, yes, I grew it starting with the GTO and my own sweetened black tea. That's awesome, Heather. Yeah, it just needs a bit of the mother, right? Which is the main mushroom, the original mushroom. So if you feel up to it, Heather, you should do a video. I mean, but if not, no pressure. And okay, so oh my gosh, whoa, Okay, so next week, no, not next week. Not next week. It's my baby Scooby. Week after next. I like mushrooms on pizza. Well, okay, Pansy. Well, you don't eat it, so that's the plus part. It's just used to help with the fermentation process. So you don't actually eat the mushroom. That you take away, I believe. So the process sounds kind of a little bit gross, but basically it's fermented tea. So oh, thanks, Heather. Heather, if you do a video where the bats, you're not eating my baby. No, we won't eat your baby. What was it saying? Oh my gosh, guys. Right. We'll start on page 7. Woohoo! Blackthorn Key, the branch that points the way. So we'll be talking more about the hedge. And all kinds of other stuff. Folk, practice, and nature of transformation. Dun dun. And then we'll get into Violet. So feel free to read ahead if you have the book. And I am hoping to have at least one or two, one or two pre-formed discussion questions. So we can chat. And then I am behind in my my posts of my scans of Susan Weed's, the rest of Susan Weed's book to the Facebook group. So I am going to post that at some point. There's more Susan Weed. And I think here I'm probably going to post excerpts. There's no recipes, unfortunately. That's the sad part. At least none that I know of right now. But so I think I'm going to post little excerpts and quotes and stuff. That I think is cool from this book to the Facebook group. Witches don't eat babies. We don't like spoiled. In 2 weeks, do your homework, come prepared. Yeah, sometimes I don't come prepared, y'all. Just a warning. I am an atheist and witch, so I eat double the babies. That's why you're so cool, Marge. That is why you're so cool. It's like double mint gum. Double the flavor, double the fun. Okay, all right. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, I should come prepared, but as we know, I don't always do that. So, but yeah, I'm getting a bit. Okay. Well, everyone have a good 2 weeks, and see you on the Facebook group. Nap time, and definitely, except for me, because I'm going to be up. Haha, too late. Be up late. And yes, I'm asleep. I'm tired. Yes, I need sleep. I'm tired. I am exhausted. But it's been a big month. It has been a big month, you guys. So, but anyway, yes. this is the book. I'm pretty excited. I think it seems like everyone's really liking it so far. It's I like it combines some magic with some herbalism, a little mysticism, a little mythology, which is really cool. So, okay. Yes, everyone get some rest. I will try to get as much as possible, and everything else. That's the link. That's the Thrift Books link. Thank you, Heather. And yes, until next time, hopefully we'll read a few more pages than we did today, but it's the first time with the book, so we did a lot of introductory stuff, and so cool. Thank you guys for coming. As always, cannot do this without you. It would be extremely boring to sit here and watch me read this book to myself. So I really appreciate you guys, and thank you for hitting the like button, and if you're and everything else. So good night, guys, and yes, I will talk to you later. Bye. Yes, I will. All the tigers, I will kiss them all. They are all asleep. Everyone is asleep except me, because I'm up here partying with you guys. So, all right. So, good night.